Alright guys, we're back for the second time today, and I wanted to drop a tip video, man. I want to do mostly gameplay, MUT content on my channel, but I will still drop tip videos every now and then. I'm not sure like how often I feel like doing it. Probably whenever I feel like there's like good advice to give. I don't want to put out BS videos. With that being said, man, I have an absolute fire video today. This is something most people don't know how to do, like probably like 90-95%. Even people who are like consider themselves pretty good at the game, people who play a ton. Yeah, most people just don't know how to do this, or if they do know how to do it, they don't know how to do it against different blitzes, against different formations, out of different formations. So there's a lot of different aspects that go into this, and even though this video isn't like all encompassing, like this is how you chop block out of every formation in the game, you know, we'd be here for 20 hours. So it just takes like the general concepts apply from formation to formation, but depending on what you run, there's gonna be some variance, right? It's just going to take a little bit of lab work on yourself, but this is a great place to start with learning how to use chop blocking techniques to get outside the pocket with contains. This is super, super effective if you're using a escape artist quarterback. It can still help if you're using like a pocket passer, but I would definitely recommend an escape artist quarterback if you're going to do this. So I'm just going to show you guys like two formations. I'll show you guys like a trips formation or like a bunch formation, and then I'll show you split close as well. My ebook on Twitch that is free for all subscribers actually goes over split close, so that's the reason I'll show you out of this. And I'll show you against a couple different formations. So let's go against Tampa 2. Now what I want to do, let's say I want to roll out to the right. Let's say I want to roll out to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and max pro. Actually, we don't need to max pro. We can just block the guy on the right side since we want to roll out right. And what we're going to do is we're going to press LB and then left on the right stick to slide our line left. As you can see, the players changed a little bit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, double team, LB down on the right stick, hover over this right side D tackle, press A. So now he should have that marker over his head. And then we're going to ID the mic by pressing LB and then A, L1 if you're on PS4. Select this right side DN, and then I like to just click on to the running back, and then we should get a nice chop block animation right there. As you can see, we're able to roll out. The cloud comes down. The clouds will play corner routes in this game unless you roll out of the pocket. The second you roll out of the pocket, they're going to come crashing down, vacate their zone. It's kind of like just manipulating the CPU. It makes it really hard to guard corner routes like that, and it just makes your offense that more potent, that much more deadly if you are rolling out with an escape artist quarterback like that. Now, let's say, for example, I just ran this stock and they had contains. I wouldn't be able to get out of the pocket. I don't have my two controllers set up right now, so I can't really illustrate that. But if they just contained right here, I didn't chop block, I would not be able to get out of the pocket, especially if they had somebody like Lawrence Taylor or something there. So this is why chop blocking is super important. And the same thing goes if we want to roll out left. So if we want to roll out left, then we're sliding the opposite way. So we're sliding to the right. And then we're double teaming this lefty tackle now, and then IDing the left end, clicking onto our running back. And then we get a, actually, well, the tackle ended up blocking him, but as you can see, even if the tackle didn't pick him up, it wouldn't have mattered. Our running back was right there getting ready to chop block. So this is how I do it out of split close. It's super, super effective, man. I love the way it works. There's another little cool thing you can do here. If you motion over McCoy and block him, let's say they're sending like a super heavy blitz and you want to get out to one side, you can double stack it. So like motion over McCoy, click onto Williams, just double team, don't ID, just double team them, and then they'll just double team them, and then like guys will come off the left edge completely free, but it won't matter because your quarterback is going to be so fast in the pocket with escape artists that you're going to still be able to roll all the way to the right before they're able to sack you, and hopefully hit like a corner route or like a drag coming across from the other side of the field. So that's kind of two ways to block. The first one is chop blocking. The second way is kind of just overloading the side, double teaming the far end. That's particularly effective, like I said, if they're sending a ton of pressure and you absolutely need to get out of the pocket, or two, if they're running a formation. There's some formations in the game which actually have really good contains and which are hard to chop block, so that can be very effective. If you do run into that and you notice you can't chop block your opponent, you could always do that. So that's super effective. Let me show you what I do against a 3-4 odd blitz. It's going to be pretty much the same thing. I'll just show you guys how it works. So 3-4, pinch bucko, max pro, and then double team ID, click on. He gets chop block. We're rolling out. We got the corner route. Terrible throw. Got an ag. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's how it works against 4-man rushes, 3-man rushes. It works against 3-man rushes. I would just double team the end and roll out. Against 3-man rushes, you don't really need a chop block. You can just straight up double team. But against 4-man rushes, which is super common, like nickel normal over G, that's going to be the best way to get out of the pocket if your opponent is containing, which is something that's super common. People love to contain against those escape artist quarterbacks because they are so hard to stop and actually contain in the pocket. But like I said, and then you could also overload aside. That's if you're only having trouble chop blocking. I wouldn't go to that unless you are having trouble with it. But that's super effective. Let's go to another formation real quick that I like to run a lot. The U-trips out of the Patriots playbook, and I'll show you guys how I block out of this. So if we go to Tampa 2, so this is a formation like out of split close. Split close is super handy because you can chop block to either side. But the way this works is it's going to be you can't really chop block to the right side right here, right? Because the running back's on the left. You would have to motion over your running back. So pretty much whatever way you want to run this formation, you have to roll out to the left if you're planning on chop blocking. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to shift right, double team this guy, ID this guy, click on, and then we're rolling out of the pocket here. As you can see, he gets chop blocked. We had none of our routes were over on the side of the field. I wasn't really paying attention to my route combo. It didn't really matter that much. I was just kind of illustrating getting out of the pocket. The route combo was obviously horrible. If you're going to plan on rolling out left, you want to be able to get everybody running to the left. So okay, let's say we actually do want to roll out to the right since all our routes on this play are running to the right. Let's go ahead flip our running back and then do the same thing but to the right side this time. And then we should still get a chop block there, as you can see. And then we're able to roll out completely to the right. So again, it has to be to the side of the running back that you're on. If you wanted to not give it away, like it's kind of like a tell, right? If you motion over your running back, another thing you could do is like you could just block Kelsey and then just double team the end. That usually works as well. Sometimes it may not work. It's not a great idea when they're sending more than 4. Against 4, it'll work just fine. Like he'll get double team, but if they're sending any more than that, it might be super risky because a guy could come completely free up the middle or off the right side, and then you're risking getting sack fumbling. So just be careful with that. I would, just to be safe, I would always chop block with your running back. And then if you're having trouble, then try to improvise a little bit. Improvise with the double teams with overloading aside. Again, like against a heavy blitz out of this formation too, this is something I really like to do. You can double team. Just have everybody on this right side. Step up in the pocket. Throw it downfield. But, yeah, this is a super, super effective technique to getting out of the pocket against blitzes, against contains. And, yeah, it's what all the pro players do. If you guys are ever watching, like, the Madden tournaments, you're like, how are these dudes getting out of the pocket on every play? Like, why is the opponent not spying them? Why is the opponent not containing them? The answer is they probably are. Escape Artist is just too fast for any of those things to even matter, especially when you're chop blocking and getting out of the pocket on every rip. So hopefully this will help you guys improve your offense, man, against those dudes who love to just send the whole team or just run stock cover 2 out of over G, whatever it may be. You know, those are like the 2 metas right now. It's either send everybody or just run stock cover 2 with a 4-man rush. So this will work against 1-4-6 as well with that pesky blitzing slot corner. And like I said, man, I hope this video really helped you guys. I'm happy to hear any feedback you have about it. And make sure you guys also follow me on Twitter and Twitch, KMax703, man. I do tons of giveaways. I post tons of other YouTube videos. I stream pretty much every day. So I'd greatly appreciate the support. And I hope you guys have a great New Year's, man.